In the first two videos of this series, we have looked at the value of using dev containers for the development of mainframe subsystem applications. In each case, the local developer workstation has Docker and VS Code installed, although not the enterprise developer product, which is housed inside the dev container itself. All of this support is now available in the 10.0 release of Enterprise Developer. Looking forward, we are exploring what other options we have based on this dev container support. Many development organizations are looking to cloud-based development environments to provide simpler management and greater collaboration across the development process. One such environment is provided by GitHub.com Codespaces, which uses dev containers as its underlying infrastructure. In this video, I'm going to walk through a demo of innovation activity we are exploring to use GitHub.com Codespaces for development organizations that maintain mainframe subsystem applications. To use GitHub.com Codespaces, all the developer needs is a web browser, access to a GitHub.com enterprise account, and a container registry accessible from the GitHub environment. So let's take a look at how it works in practice. Here we can see the same code base that we had in the second video in this series, but this time it's stored in my GitHub.com account. The only change we've made for this is that inside the dev container.json file, we specify a container image that's stored in a container registry that's accessible to github.com. As you can see, the rest of the repository is exactly the same as it was before. Now, if I wish to make changes to the code, I can start my code space that contains my development environment directly from the repository page in github.com via my web browser. Here we can see that my dev container has spun up, so I'm ready to do some work. I have all the same editing capabilities that I had when I was using my dev container locally. Okay, now let me run the unit tests that I've got within this repository. As you can see, it ran exactly the same as it did when I was working in my local container. Here we can see the unit test report file. Now I can run my second unit test. And if you remember, one of the tests within this fails. As I did before, I'm going to correct my expected results data so that this test case will run successfully. And for good measure, let's run that final unit test case. With all the unit tests having run successfully, we've only got one thing left to do, which is commit the change that we made to the input data, the expected results to the second unit test, back to my repository. As you have seen, I have been able to perform the same development work, but without the need of having any software, other than a browser, installed on my development workstation. This means I can access my development environment from any device that has a browser. This level of flexibility helps improve productivity and is great when I'm onboarding new developers. It is important to note that GitHub.com Codespaces support is not yet available in the current releases of Enterprise Developer, but it is something that we are actively exploring. I think this video shows that cloud-based development environments are not just a consideration for distributed developers, but also for those organizations that maintain mainframe subsystem applications. If you are interested in considering this technology for your organization, then please contact me or your Rocket account manager.